So the Book of Boba Fett trailer dropped yesterday, and overall I'm very meh about it. You guys probably know I'm not a big Boba Fett fan, so initially this show didn't excite me at all. There's been plenty of times where I wasn't excited for a story or a show, and then I saw the trailer and I was totally on board. But this trailer did absolutely nothing for me. I actually think of all the trailers in the Disney era, from the movies to the shows to the video games and even the Lego specials, this is probably the worst trailer of them all. I'm actually mildly concerned that this show won't grab the attention of casual audiences. This was a concern I had about The Mandalorian when it was initially coming out, but it turned out Favreau had Baby Yoda up his sleeve, and that was a huge hit. I'm very curious to see if the Book of Boba Fett will be a hit with audiences the same way the characters with Marvel have been. Can Boba Fett be a hit like Loki or WandaVision? We'll see. Now, based on the title of this video, you will notice I love something about the trailer. And it's not really the trailer itself, but what comes with a bad trailer, in my opinion. In a perfect world for me, I wish that no Star Wars projects came out with any trailers, so I can go into them completely blind every time. If you watch The Mandalorian Season 2 trailers, you may notice that all of them had clips from the first 4 episodes, but none from the last 4. This made watching those last 4 episodes so exciting because I literally had no clue what to expect. I didn't know what the locations were going to look like. I didn't know what kind of battles there would be. I knew absolutely nothing, and it was probably some of the best Star Wars viewing I've ever experienced. With the movie trailers, you could always tell which locations were probably going to take place at certain points in the movie. With The Last Jedi, for example, you knew the Battle of Crate would likely be at the end of the movie, and you knew that Luke and Rey scenes on Ahch-To were probably towards the beginning of the movie. It took out some surprise. I bring this all up because I would not be surprised if this trailer for the Book of Boba Fett only used footage from the first 2 or 3 episodes. While this makes for an uneventful trailer, it makes for an exciting viewing experience, so I'm down for that trade-off. Again, I'm just concerned about the interest from the casual audiences. So now that we have gotten a glimpse of the show and the tone it will have, what are my hopes and dreams for this show? What am I concerned about? The biggest thing I want to see is Boba Fett being that supposed badass that people always thought he was. And I'm not just talking about fight scenes, I'm talking about the way he's going to take control of this criminal underworld, because it's clear that is going to be the plot of the show. Jabba the Hutt's death left a power vacuum, and Boba Fett is going to be the one to fill it. Although it has been 5 years since Jabba's death, so there's clearly groups that have filled that vacuum since then. Bib Fortuna was one of them. I want to see Boba Fett be like a Gus Fring character from Breaking Bad, someone ruthless for power, and someone who clearly has questionable morals. I'm worried we're not going to get that because they may be softening up Boba Fett a little bit. Like when he says the line, Jabba ruled by fear, but he's going to rule with respect, I just get the vibe that he's not going to be that ruthless bounty hunter we thought he was. Overall, the fact that this show is about Boba Fett specifically is actually the concept that interests me the least. We are going to see that criminal underworld that we've always wanted to see. We've gotten hints of it with the original trilogy and the Clone Wars and Solo, but we've never really seen it full on like we are going to see with this show. What kind of threats is Boba Fett going to face? What other gangs or syndicates are going to challenge Boba? Will there be betrayals? Will there be backstabs? In what ways will Boba Fett be challenged? I kind of want this show to be similar to the way Darth Maul took over the crime world during the Clone Wars, a ruthless quest for power. I would say what intrigued me about this show also is how it will connect with The Mandalorian and the story that show is trying to tell. If I had to bet what is going to happen, and I hope I'm surprised, I would bet that this show is going to tell its own contained story. Throughout these episodes, Boba is going to amass some sort of army or major crime syndicate, and that will come into play in a different show. Maybe Mando wants to take over Mandalore and he calls for Boba Fett and his army. Or maybe they want to fight Thrawn and Boba Fett will also use his army. Either way, I bet that's how this show will tie in with the rest of the Mandoverse. Besides that, I don't really have many other wants with this show. I hope it's great. I hope I love Boba Fett by the end of it, but we'll have to wait and see. See you guys.